So today's tutorial is all about how to create images using Picmonkey, and on the screen in front of you I have a meme, and this is what I'm going to be showing you how to produce today. So first of all, you need to go to picmonkey.com. Now there are two ways that I normally use Picmonkey. Either I start with a blank canvas, in which case I would go to design and then I would choose the canvas for my design. As you can see, there are a few already set up, but you can create a custom design. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to be showing you a design using one of my own images. So before I select my image from the computer, I need to find one from the internet. Now the website that I always use is pixabay.com, and the reason I like to use this one is because not only are the images free, but you also don't need to attribute the photographer. So you basically, in the search bar, you put in your keywords. So let's just assume I want to find a happy child. Okay, the first row of images are actually Shutterstock, and Shutterstock are really expensive. They're good if you want to create a top quality ebook or something, or have some really good pictures for your website. But obviously for memes, you don't want to spend any money, to be fair, and you can still get a lot of good quality pictures for free. So ignore the first row, and then let's just say I wanted this one here. So I would open the picture. On the right hand side, it will show you all of the available file sizes. As we're going to be producing a meme, the dimensions I'm going to use are 470 by 470 pixels. As a general rule, Facebook photos must be square, and they ideally shouldn't be less than 400 by 400. And they can be as large as 1200 by 1200, but for today I'm going to produce 470 by 470. So I would then, on that basis, if I wanted this picture, I would download the medium file and hit the download button. And once you've downloaded it, you literally just go underneath the picture and you leave a comment for the photographer, and it's that easy. So go back to Picmonkey, and you need to go to Edit, choose a photo, and I'm going to choose one from my computer. So earlier I saved the flowers. Now first of all, I'm going to just scroll down to the bottom to the resize option, and I want to retain the proportions, so I'm just going to change the height to 470 and apply. And then I'm going to scroll back up to the top and I'm going to crop so that the image is 470 by 470. And of course you can move it around a bit until you're happy with the position and apply. Okay, so there are a lot of adjustments that you can try out, so have a little play around, but I'm just going to keep mine as it is, like that. The little magic wand over here is great. It will give you a lot of different effects which basically act almost like really good camera filters. So for instance, you've got your autumn one there, dusk, just adds lots of nice little touches. And as you can see, some of them have this little crown on. Now that basically means that you have to upgrade, because Picmonkey is free, but if you do want to upgrade, I think it's about $10 a month, and with that you get access to a lot more features, so a lot more effects, a lot more fonts. But to be honest, I think you can get away without having to upgrade. There's plenty of good stuff without having to pay for it. And I'm just going to show you quickly some of the effects. So for instance, you've got a soft focus there, which is quite nice. I think I'm actually going to keep that one. So I'll apply that. You've got frosting to give a really dreamy effect, and you could just adjust the sliders here. And one that I do use quite a lot, which I'm not going to today, is the spotlight. So you can focus it on a certain area of your picture and then adjust the sliders here to make it bigger or smaller. Just to give you an idea, but again, just play around. So next I want to add a pink overlay. So the overlay is this butterfly here, and there are so many different overlays that you can add. There's literally hundreds. But I'm just going to go for a pretty boring square, and I want to reposition it. Basically, I'm going to drag it so that it covers the whole image. And then I want to change it to my brand colour. Okay. So I want the image to show through. So in that case, I just need to fade the overlay so you can see the flowers coming through. I just want to add a nice pink tone so that it's consistent with my brand. Now that I've done that, I'd like to add another overlay because this is the one that I want to put the text on top of. So I'm going to add a black circle. And just a case of click and drag. It's a little bit too big, make it smaller. And again, I'm going to fade it. Now I'd like to add some text. Okay. So I just want to show you something. If you press something and this pops up, obviously you need to upgrade. Sometimes that won't pop up, it will just be a picture of a monkey. So anything with a crown or a monkey basically means it's part of the Royale version. But I'm just going to use this font here. And the quote that I'm going to use is actually from my blog, and it's one of my quotes, and it says, "Believe in yourself and you're already over the biggest obstacle to your success." So I'm just going to type that in here. And I'm going to do Control A because I want to select all of the text. And I want to just centralize it. And I would like to make it bigger. So there's two ways to make it bigger. Either you can use the slider to make it bigger, smaller, or you can just go into this box here and type in the size that you want. But I'm just going to use the slider. Let's go for, whoa, not that big. Okay, that will do. The machine's suddenly gone really slow. Yeah, and I'm just going to, that's better. And I'm also going to just change the colour so I can see it better. Okay, so there's my quote, and whenever you're producing something like this, it's a really good idea to put your website name at the bottom because ultimately you'd like to drive traffic to your website. So I'll quickly do that now. michellecatanak.com and just reposition. Now it's really, really important. If you're using a quote that doesn't belong to you, you really must ensure that you do credit whoever said the quote in the first place. So let's just assume somebody else said this, then maybe just here I would have their name. Okay, so that is it. It is really, really simple to produce something like this. If you're producing a Facebook ad, the dimensions are 1200 by 627 pixels, and I would also recommend you producing that same size for your blog post. So If you use WordPress, you can actually add a featured image. So your featured image should be 1200 by 627 pixels. That way, when you do a post link in Facebook, it really nicely pulls that picture in, so it fits really nicely into the post. Because it really does make a difference. You know, when sometimes you're scrolling through your news feed, it's the ones that are really sort of justified that actually look the nicest and actually stand out the most. So when it comes to actually choosing your images, think of themes that align to your brand. So images that actually reflect your brand and reflect the values of your business. And also always think about the consistency in terms of the colours. So if you do have very specific brand colours, try and get them into your images somehow. So see the way, obviously this isn't the same pink that I have, but it's still pink. So a lot of my memes and graphics and everything are going to be some sort of blue or pink because they are my brand colours. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's much more to say. It's just a question, it was just a matter of just playing around. So for instance, this lipstick here, I've never actually used this because I very rarely use pictures of people. But basically, if you want a Photoshop effect, then play around with these features here. This frame, you can basically add all sorts of frames. So you've got some rounded corners, which, oh yeah, you can just about see there. And I think this is patterns, textures. So if you want to add some light trails. Which you can just about see there. Metal. So there are a lot of features and most of them are free. So you don't have to spend any money. Ah, there you go, there's a little monkey. If he pops up, basically means you need to pay. So just avoid those ones. Okay, so I hope you found this little tutorial helpful. If you've got any questions, just drop them in the comments below because I'm sure I must have missed something. But yeah, just fire away if you have any questions. Have fun and enjoy. Bye.